Ladies and gentlemen, big counter-terrorism victory for the people of Sikasso and Koruna. I mean, this is a very, very strategic victory because a lot of technicals have been deleted as we speak. Now, it is a strategic victory because, removing this element as much as you can only help in maintaining tranquility and concord, in a city that have always been known for prosperity. Now, the good thing about Sikasso is that this city is a very, very strategic city in terms of logistics. From here you can connect Burkina Faso and all of that. So it is a lot of logistic route pass through the city of Sikasso and Koruna. So that is why you see that the jihadists are actually contesting this region. The reason why they need it is because if you contest the supply, the critical strategic supply routes, definitely you control redistribution, reharming, logistical capabilities of the front line. But what we discovered was that nothing goes through the alliance of Sahel right now without being discovered, because in this video you are going to be surprised. So in this video, we're going to be showing you what happened, because there were so many enemy, casualties. We have some pictures we can show you. So if you want to see the picture, you can as well box in on our Telegram channel. You are going to see it, and don't when you see the image on the Telegram channel, don't think maybe there was maybe the Malians actually did too much. No, it was because of the type of calibers of weapons that was used to treat these technicals. I mean, these are weapons that once they touch, miracles can happen. So at the end of the day, the Malians actually ran through this element in a very, very good formation. Most of the things that the AES do, they do it in 2s and 3. They're not doing it in 2s and 3. They do it on 6 and 7s. So these are the critical structure they really, really take. And the reason why they take these structures is because, when you are using a formation of 3, you have a well-organized and structured assault on the elements. No, this is a war of attrition. And in the war of attrition, you try to limit the possibility of recording huge casualty, but the objective is to be able to inflict the maximum amount of damage on the human capabilities of the enemy, on the resource capability. You just try to make sure that you inflict the maximum amount of damage on your enemy with the least amount of resources. So human resources and all of the resources. So ladies and gentlemen, several of these jihadists were actually, it was a decapitation strike assault, because if you look at it on the video, you just know that what I said was actually confirmed. So we are dropping the link on the description box. Now you see these men in this video that were captured. These were the ones that surrendered after they saw what was going on. When you go to the line of contact, and what you see on the line of contact is absolutely unbelievable. You are fighting with AK-47 that has a touching distance of, let's say, maybe 200 plus yards, or bullets that can fly. I don't know. I think AK-74 can reach 300 yards and above. But before the momentum start dropping, but when you're seeing calibers of guns that can actually do extreme mortal destruction, everybody just change. Everybody comes in with a game plan until they start seeing what is going on the line of contact. Like I always said, so they continue to spread propagandas out there, but we continue to produce results on the line of contact. So these elements actually surrendered after they've seen that, man, and some of them that actually surrender because their bullets was completely spent without there was no firepower. You can actually be aiming at targets, but the accuracy is not there. And these things come under pressure. They don't have the professionalism to maintain calm and composure under pressure. So they tend to have limited firepower at the end of the day, because these are the things that, really, really determines and dictates the tempo of elite warfare, contacts, when you actually get in contact with some of the most elite fighting force, and which the Malian forces have actually showed so far so good. And the dangerous thing for the jihadists in this warfare is because this is a war of attrition, and the war of attrition, time is a friend. Time is a friendly element. The more this war goes on, the worse it's going to become for the enemy. Why am I saying this? Because the enemies only do the means of warfare called the non-conventional type of warfare. Now, in the non-conventional type of warfare, the basic asset they have is planting of IED and guerrilla assault. Now they are beginning to use the drone capabilities. But what we've seen now is that the Malian armed forces have gone from a conventional combat capable troop into troops that can, adapt to both conventional and non-conventional warfare, that even when they get ambushed, they already know the responsibility, they know what they are supposed to do, and the need of pressing concern right now just continue to produce this result on the line of contact. So now several of them were captured. Now it's a big question: what will they do with the ones that were captured? Like I continue to say, there are different types of surrender. Surrendering after your bullet have been spent, or you get caught on the line of contact, or you discover that what is happening to your jihadist mujahid brothers is just absolutely unbelievable, and the fear and the adrenaline push this element to panic. I don't see that as a surrender. I see that as a kind of dangerous surrender, because at the end of the day, if you take these people through a sort of rehabilitation course, I don't believe that they are really, really going to change from the ideologies, most especially with the impact this deceitful ideology has really had on these brothers, because at the end of the day, they're still brothers, just that they lost their way. But it is what it is. That is one of the operations in Sikasso, Koruna, and these are the results it brought out. Now, the second information is what really, really happened in the Agadez region of Niger Republic.
On Wednesday, November 5th, 2025, around 7 a.m., following the careful analysis of intelligence reports regarding the movement of suspicious vehicles in the holds, it was discovered that there were arms traffickers who had left Libya and were heading towards the Agadez region. A mission from the Engineering Corps was dispatched with the objective of intercepting and immobilizing the 10 vehicles, to proceed with the arrest of the traffickers and any possible seizures. Thus, the mission intercepted and immobilized one of the vehicles at Kori Entmat, located 45 kilometers northeast of Agadez. And this, after a long pursuit followed by several warning shots, they were able to stop it and conduct a thorough search, which led to the discovery of the war materials as well as other items and foreign currency notes that you see before you today. The results of the operation are as follows: 1 Tundra vehicle, 1 FM Belgium weapon, 2 AK-47 rifles, 4,040 rounds of 7.6 2x51, 5,376 rounds of 7.6 2x39, and 74 cartridges of 7.6 2x54, 3 empty AK-47 magazines, 3 cartons of Royal cigarettes, 9 mobile phones, 354 Libyan dinars, and various other items. Another seizure was carried out by JNIM personnel on Tuesday, October 27, 2025, when officers on duty intercepted 2 drug traffickers riding 2 motorcycles. where after arresting them, they found them in possession of 63 balls of Indian hemp, as well as the 2 motorcycles you see in front of you.
Security must be our guiding principle, our daily fight. And what you have just done, what you have accomplished, is proof of your commitment to continue ensuring the safety of the population, to continue defending the integrity of the national territory. It is a relentless fight without respite.
We know that the Agadez region has seen so many catastrophic operations that have been launched by these mujahids. Part of what they do in the Agadez region is kidnapping of civilians and all of that, kidnapping of foreign civilians. So the operations that these people launch in the Agadez region sometimes is very, very strategic because they try to ambush tourists and all of that. So what we discovered is that, you know, the Nigerian armed forces, you know, when it comes to their surveillance, is just on a whole new level. And, you know, Niger Republic in terms of security has gone to a whole nother level right now, because that is where you have the headquarters in the backend of the Alliance of Sahel, you know, strategic military alliance. You know, they were weapon traffickers. And when you look at the amount of weapons that they were trying to trafficant into Niger Republic, you know, this was a strategic victory for Niger Republic to have intercepted these ammunitions that they actually captured from these elements. Now, we have to understand something. The question is, who were they trying to, you know, traffic these weapons and ammunitions to? So the thing is this, right? I surely believe those equipments and weapons you're seeing right there, they are NATO properties, because that is what you have in Libya, because they're crossing in from Libya, crossing into the Sahel. So, I mean, this just shows us that, you know, we need to be more vigilant. The surveillance needs to be better than it is. I mean, I'm talking about the civilian surveillance. I'm talking about all capabilities need to be put in place, because at the end of the day, we are seeing results for the efforts we are putting in. You can see that this element have now been caught. It's left to the Nigerian authorities to do what they are supposed to do, in my opinion, to these elements, which is what you and I will possibly agree with. So this is just the first snippet that we bring to you today, just to set the stage for the information we are going to bring later today. You know how we normally do it. 00 hour, we normally drop our videos every day. If not, then it will be an hour after, probably by 1 a.m. Nigerian time. That's when we will drop this information. So, but for this particular video, we just want to use it to set the stage, to let you know what is going on, because we exist in a world right now where blue can instantaneously turn to black if care is not taken. You know, it's just the media warfare right now, and we are on our toes, and you know, coming back again to make sure that you guys get the right information. That is what we do. So, ladies and gentlemen, probably because of the type of videos we actually showed you, you know, there's a possibility that the videos will have limited hearts. So you can just help us by hitting the like, share, and subscribe button at the end of the video. And for those that are willing to support us, feel free to support us. We really appreciate you. It's your boy 7200 signing out, enough said. But before I go, much love.